So today I have a item that I picked up probably, let me see, back in July of this year. And in all actuality, it was something that I was using, or to say I had been looking for, and I had been through different arms just to see if I could find something that was a little bit better solution to mount monitors. And I came across this company called AFVO, and it was something that, once again, being on Amazon, looking around, and it popped up. It appeared to mirror some of the other more expensive uh, articulating arms. And because of the price, I figured at the very least I'd give it a chance since it was on Prime. And if I didn't like it, I would send it back. Speaking of that price, it was only about $22.99. It was in all actuality, even though it was no brand, no name, it was a little bit more expensive than my small rig, which I have right here, articulating arm. This was about 16 bucks. But then this same design, I think there was another one by Small Rig that was about double the price of this particular one. In any case, this particular item, it was working, but it was kind of cumbersome considering how far the actual arm would extend. It's 11 inches, and I really didn't necessarily need that amount. So I wanted something that was a little bit simpler, shorter solution. Once again, I started looking at these, came across a few, and then finally came across this one, and I figured I'd give it a try. One of the things I noticed when I first got it was it shipped in this little cool case. It's kind of like a tough box. And then everything is actually, I should say it's big enough so everything that ships with this item is contained inside. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and pop it open just to kind of show you, what I'm talking about. So once again, this was just a hard plastic, tough box. It actually has foam inside of it, which was pretty neat. And then it also came with some extras. By the way, that's the inside of the casing. If you want to take a look at it, I'll change focus. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. So just a little neat feature. Granted, I don't think I necessarily need it because this thing is like all metal, but it also came with these items. So these are gaskets, and when we start talking about the actual articulating arm, I'll explain to you what they're for. And then there's also an Allen wrench, which I thought was a neat feature. There's actually two Allen wrenches in here, and I'll actually show you where they go as well. So I'll put that to the side. And this is the articulating arm. Well, first off, I'll just give you a brief description of what it actually is. So it has a double quarter-inch screw on either side. So this is one of the number, I think they're 20 screws, and it's used primarily to mount field monitors, which is the reason why I actually purchased it. You can use it for other things, if you need to, but for my purpose, and I have a fairly decent sized monitor. I think so far it's held up really, really well. There's actually two versions now on Amazon. There is a strong version, and then there is also, I don't think they call it a weak version, a mini magic arm. The big difference is, number one, the amount of weight that supposedly they can hold. I believe the max load for this one is 1.6 kilograms. And then for the other one, I think it's only like 1 kilogram. So the other part of this is the price. So this one, when I purchased it, it was right at $21.99. Now it's gone up by $1. So it's $22.99. The other one, the mini magic arm, it's about $9.99. So getting into the product, first off, it's they don't call it fully articulating, and I understand why. I mean, you actually do have a point here where the ball is kind of rotating around. I'm going to loosen this up, where you actually would not be able to go necessarily side to side because eventually it would contact. But I will say that's not even an issue because of, the idea that you have a ball on either end. You can pretty much have free reign on where you want to put your monitor. In addition to that, you have this massive locking arm or screw on either side or on this side. And what it actually does is it creates pressure on the balls once you have them in, place where you want to put them. And then these gaskets here compress. So it actually kind of cinches it up and uses friction to keep your monitor in place. And then, like I showed you before, it comes with additional gaskets. So I'm assuming the orange ones are exactly the same. So if it starts to wear out, you can just swap these in. And then there's also some black, I think they're both black and or gray on the inside. They look like they're the same too. I don't know if there's actually a difference since this is a fairly new item. I haven't worn out anything yet. In addition to that, there's a couple of different places in here where you can actually put the Allen wrenches in there. So let's say when you go to tighten your monitor, and I will give you a demonstration of how this works. You want to get a little more torque, you can actually just put the device in there and use that additional leverage to tighten your monitor. And it's on both sides. So you see there's a little screw there or a little hole there. If you need to dismantle it, same thing. You'll notice that whenever you go to change these out, you'll have to actually loosen this and take the screw out. But in order for you to do that, there's a thread that's inside of here as well as over here. And that is what the other smaller Allen wrench is for. So really good idea and good on them for including something like this. So then once again, you don't have to actually allocate one of your Allen wrenches to do any type of maintenance or anything like that, or even just to torque things down. So I like that, and I can just keep that extra stuff in my camera bag. So what I'm going to do is just demonstrate kind of the usefulness, or I should say the power of the clamping power of this thing, to like a larger monitor with my largest battery. And what I have, I'm going to move this out of the way, is my Indy 4K. This is the all metal 7-inch monitor. It is a, I'm trying to remember the name. Oh, it's the T7. So by itself, well, for a field monitor, it's pretty big. I mean, there are smaller ones than this, the 5.5s. They may get smaller than that. And then there are some that are larger than this. You've got 10-inch, and I actually know that they go up from there. But this is all aluminum. It's a significant amount of weight. But once you start adding things to it, like in this case, I went ahead and stuck on my largest battery. This is your Sony FP960, and this is hefty. This actually probably weighs more. Let me see. Yeah, without a doubt, this weighs more than the monitor does. But this combo means that there is a significant amount of weight that's actually going to be on the arm. So that's the reason why I grabbed it. But also because whenever I'm shooting, this is the combination I'm using. I rarely ever use the smaller Sony batteries just because, I mean, why not? I have this, and this, I think I may have put up a review. I don't remember if I did or not. I can also use it to power the camera. So the way this works, once again, I could put this in here and tighten it up. And then in the event that, let's say I want it to get it a little bit more snug, that's when I can just grab my Allen wrench. I can put it in the hole here, and then I can just torque, turn, and it would tighten. But I think that's about it for now. As far as tightening, I don't need to actually add any more for this particular demo. But right now you'll notice that it is kind of wobbly or loose. And really all you have to do now is just tighten this down. And it's just making sure that both arms are where you need them. But once you get this on the camera, it's a whole lot easier to do, because then you've got something that's static, and then you can just adjust it to however you see fit. Torque it down. You don't need the Allen wrench for this. And then there you go. And as you can see, this is I don't expect it to go anywhere, hoping it actually doesn't now that I'm filming it. But I'm not doing this much movement when I'm out and about and I'm shooting with it on my camera. And it hasn't caused any problems. I would say this product is definitely worth the money. Even with the increase in price of $1, yes, it is still a great buy, especially when you start looking at some of the other options out there that were like twice the price. I actually think there was one that was like $60 that I may have looked at. If I can find it, I might put a screenshot of that one up. Not bad mouthing those products because I don't own them, because this is the one that I bought. Now, in the event that it didn't serve its purpose, I would have, of course, sent it back and I would have gotten something else. So let me go ahead and loosen that, take it back off, move my monitor out of the way. But yeah, great product. The name of the company, like I said before, is, let me go back to, okay, AFVO. And this is, like I said, the Articulating Magic Arm Field Monitor Mount. Like I said, well built, all metal. Everything is metal on this. That's the other thing that I love about this particular item. I don't expect it to wear out anytime soon. If it does, as usual, I'll just update to let you know how it's faring. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. And I guess for now, Agent Fitz signing out.